The doors are open. See how the products around you are really made.
Every morning, millions of people spread the same smooth chocolate hazelnut cream around the world. But behind that simple jar is one of the most complex food manufacturing systems in the world. A single jar contains ingredients that travel across continents before reaching the factory. So how does a factory transform simple ingredients into millions of identical jars? The answer begins long before chocolate ever enters the mixing tank. Chapter 1 asks how a simple chocolate spread became a global phenomenon. The story began with Ferrero and a simple idea: create a delicious chocolate product. The early challenge was creating a chocolate experience using accessible ingredients. Subscribe, ring the bell, and stay with us for every new factory reveal. But Nutella's success was never only about ingredients. It became part of daily routines and childhood memories. But creating millions of identical jars is a completely different challenge.
Every jar must deliver the same color, texture, and taste.
Chapter 2 begins with the ingredient that gives the spread its identity: hazelnuts.
But not every hazelnut can become part of the famous recipe.
Size, flavor, and freshness all influence the final product. The journey from farm to factory begins with cleaning and preparation. Then comes the transformation that creates the famous nutty flavor. Roasting changes the aroma, color, and depth of the hazelnuts. But roasting is not simply about applying heat. A few seconds too long can change the flavor completely. After roasting, the hazelnuts move toward the next transformation. The hard nuts must become a smooth paste. Precision grinding controls the texture before chocolate ingredients are added. This is where the factory begins creating the signature smoothness. But hazelnuts are only one part of the famous formula. Chapter 3 asks what actually creates the famous Nutella flavor. The answer is a carefully balanced combination of ingredients. Each ingredient performs a specific role. Hazelnuts create the identity. Cocoa creates the chocolate character. Sugar creates sweetness, while oils help create the famous smooth texture. The challenge is not adding ingredients. The challenge is creating perfect balance.
Too much cocoa changes the flavor. Too much oil changes the texture.
Now the ingredients must become one perfectly smooth cream. The mixing process is carefully controlled for temperature, speed, and time. The mixture is almost complete, but one final challenge remains: creating the famous silky texture. Chapter 4 asks how Nutella achieves its famous smooth texture.
The answer is precision refining.
Large machines transform tiny particles into a perfectly smooth spread. The factory constantly tests texture, color, and consistency. A jar must feel the same, whether it is opened today or months later. This consistency is what separates industrial production from homemade preparation. But creating the perfect spread is only half the journey. Now the factory must place millions of jars on supermarket shelves. The filling process requires extreme precision.
Too much product creates waste. Too little disappoints customers.
After filling, each jar is sealed to protect freshness. Cameras and sensors inspect every jar before it leaves production.
The simple glass jar hides a surprisingly advanced manufacturing process.
From the factory, jars begin their journey around the world.
But how does every jar taste almost identical in different countries?
The answer is standardization.
Ingredient quality, production methods, and factory standards must remain controlled.
A customer opening a jar expects the same experience every time.
The brand is not only selling chocolate spread, it is selling familiarity.
Chapter 5 asks why Nutella became more than just a food product.
The secret was creating a habit.
Unlike a snack eaten occasionally, chocolate spread became part of everyday life. This emotional connection helped build a global food brand. But behind the emotion is a highly engineered production system. Precision is what transforms simple ingredients into millions of identical jars. But one question remains. What makes Nutella different from a simple chocolate mixture?
The difference is precision, scale, and control. Every stage is designed to protect the final texture customers expect.
The factory must maintain the same smoothness from the first jar to the millionth.
This is the hidden challenge behind every famous global food product.
The factory does not only create a product, it creates reliability. From production lines to supermarket shelves, every step matters. A jar on a shelf represents years of farming, engineering, and manufacturing. But another question remains. How healthy is a product designed around sweetness? Nutella is a sweetened chocolate hazelnut spread designed for enjoyment. Its ingredients create the flavor and texture people recognize. Understanding how food is made helps people make informed choices. It is the combination of agriculture, technology, and precision. A simple jar hides a global manufacturing operation. So what is really behind the world's favorite chocolate spread? Not only hazelnuts, not only cocoa. The real secret is precision. Precision in roasting creates flavor. Precision in grinding creates smoothness. Precision in mixing creates the final balance.
Precision in filling creates millions of identical jars. Precision in distribution brings the product from factory to home.
The factory creates the product, but people create the memories.
Is Nutella one of the smartest food products ever created?
Or has the food industry become too focused on creating perfect cravings?
Subscribe to Behind What You Buy for more investigations into how the world's biggest products are made. Because every product has two stories, the one you see on the shelf and the one hidden behind the factory doors.
Behind every jar is a story of agriculture, engineering, and precision.
A simple spread on breakfast tables requires thousands of controlled manufacturing decisions.
The factory's biggest achievement is making complexity feel simple. The jar looks ordinary, but the process behind it is anything but ordinary.
From raw ingredients to finished products, every step protects the final experience.
The next time you open a jar, remember the journey hidden behind the lid.
Every ingredient has a role. Every machine has a purpose. Because every product has a hidden story waiting behind the factory doors.